How did a simple can of water become a culture phenomenon? As important as water is in our lives as humans, at the end of the day, it's just boring plain old water. Or it was, before one company came and transformed it into an interesting and cool idea that nobody wants to miss out on. Today, we will be discussing how Liquid Death managed to turn a regular can of water into a best-selling product. If you're interested in knowing how they became a billion-dollar company, then sit back and watch this video till the end. So how did Liquid Death even get started? For many years, the bottled water industry has been a saturated market. There are many brands of bottled water, all competing on price, purity, and sustainability, but nobody was doing anything different. Consumers were getting bored, and there was no difference in what brand of bottled water you got. It's just water at the end of the day, nothing exciting about it. But this man, Mike Cesario, had a problem with how things were, and he decided to do something about it. Let's learn a bit about Mike's background. So, Mike started as an employee in a marketing agency in Nashville, Tennessee. This agency helped create advertising for big brands like Netflix, Apple, and some other giants. As a person in the advertising business, he always had to think outside the box and discover new things to try out that would help garner the attention of consumers. But the problem was that Mike's ideas were too outside of the box for most of these brands. They wanted to remain safe and do the regular things, and this was very frustrating for Mike, who could see that all these brands needed to do to become sensational was to go out of their comfort zone. There was a specific incident that made Mike decide that he was going to start using his insane marketing idea for himself, and this was in 2014. He was working on a public service ad campaign about the health risk of sugar energy drinks, and he proposed the idea of doing a canned water stunt that would make fun of the energy drink industry. To Mike, this was a great idea, but the client was not interested. Mike couldn't let go of his idea, so he kept thinking of trying to figure out more details on how the idea could work, this time for himself. He decided that he was going to start producing water in cans and created a name that was so unique from any other one. Liquid Death. He wanted to create a water brand that would resonate with a younger and more rebellious audience. But there were some struggles at the beginning. The first was that he was short of funds, and because the idea was a risky and insane one, it was very difficult to find investors. They said it looked too much like a beer can, and no one would be interested in selling or buying a beverage with the word death on it. This is where Mike started to get super creative. He decided to make an ad with his own money and put it out on the internet. At this time, Liquid Death was still just an idea. There were no products yet, but this ad got over 3 million views, and the Facebook page he created had almost 80,000 followers, which was more than Aquafina's Facebook page at the time. Seeing how positive consumers' reactions to the ad were, Mike started to seek money for investment again. This time, the investors were very willing to give their money because they could tell that people were interested in the product, and this was how Liquid Death became a real product that people could buy. But how did it go from a small company struggling for funding to the billion-dollar company that it is today? Well, one of the most important, if not the most important reason this company ascended was because of its genius marketing. Let's talk about what made Liquid Death what it is today. From the beginning of its existence, Liquid Death was bound to succeed. This is because it started as an unusual and unique experience compared to other water brands. Let's talk about the name. The name of the product alone screams, "Look at me. I'm not your average water." It is a name that makes people curious and look twice. As a person, when you see a beverage named Liquid Death, there is no way you don't want to know what kind of beverage it is and what makes it special. The packaging of Liquid Death also makes it stand out from the crowd. People had never seen water in a can before this one. Can packaging was always reserved for fun drinks like soda and energy drinks, while water was put in plastic bottles. So deciding to do something so unusual as putting water in a can definitely grabs people's attention. Water in a can also appealed to a wide range of people who were trying to make an effort towards saving the environment. Aluminium is infinitely recyclable, unlike plastic, so you would find a lot of people purchasing Liquid Death because of how sustainable it is. In fact, the US Whole Foods gave Liquid Death a full national launch because they said they loved their slogan, "Death to Plastic," and what their product represented. This was a huge part of how Liquid Death became so successful. They were able to get a jumpstart in the retailing world, but there were other strategies that Liquid Death used apart from the appearance of the product to gain a massive following and purchase rate. Let's start with the quality of their ads. Liquid Death's ads are very creative and, most importantly, funny. If you've seen any Liquid Death ads, then you must understand what we're referring to here. They are experts at incorporating humor and shock value in their ads, and this always makes them go viral. When you see a water ad that is mocking the traditional water ads, you will definitely get intrigued. Liquid Death ads get a lot of engagement on social media, and people keep talking about them after watching them. The ads also manage to create buzzworthy moments that resonate with the young and digital-savvy audience, and everybody knows that your brand can never go wrong when you're getting massive engagement from Gen Zs. Apart from ads, Liquid Death also managed to conquer social media through edgy and meme-worthy content that many people of all calibers could relate to. Such massive engagement on the internet meant that their product became recognizable and people were eager to buy them wherever they came across them. Another marketing strategy used by Liquid Death is their collaborations with celebrities and influencers. The way the world works today is that people are more likely to buy something when they see someone they follow or look up to using or buying the same thing. And Liquid Death knew how to take advantage of that. They partnered with the most unexpected social figures and celebrities such as Tony Hawk and Whitney Cummings, and this added a touch of coolness to their brand and brought even more people to become their customers. They have also shown their presence through sponsorships at music festivals and extreme sports events. However, Liquid Death did not become a billion-dollar company by selling water alone. Over time, they have expanded their merchandise to go beyond water, and they now offer other products to their consumers as well. Firstly, their best-selling canned water comes in different types. So, if you want sparkling or flavored water, you don't need to go elsewhere to get it. They also offered other flavored drinks like iced tea in order to cater to different consumer tastes and gain a larger market presence. The effect of all their marketing strategies that have given them a ton of engagement is that Liquid Death now has millions of brand ambassadors in their consumers. The consumers are so engaged and so in love with the brand and its products that they have become fans of the brand. And when you love something, you want to share it with others. So many people first heard about Liquid Death from their friends or family, and this is an even more effective measure than advertising. People trust the word of mouth of those that are close to them more than they trust an ad that they have seen on the internet, no matter how interesting it is. Liquid Death is definitely proof that with the right marketing strategy, even the most ordinary and most boring product can become sensational and a cultural phenomenon, growing from a company struggling to get funding to one valued at over $1 billion in just a few years is very impressive growth, and they owe it all to their genius marketing strategies. Consumers are definitely very interested in what else Liquid Death has to offer and what kind of interesting and shocking ad they are going to bring next. And that's the whole story of what went on with Liquid Death. We hope you've been inspired by Mike Cesario to think outside the box and not be afraid to do the insane. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and also subscribe to our channel for more content like this.